Alright, welcome to the first episode of Outward Station. This is something I found in our family library and thought I'd give it a shot. I've played it around with it for a little bit, so I pretty much know the basics. Wanted to make sure it wasn't something real dumb. I'm kind of enjoying it, so I cleared out all the games. Let's get started. This is basically like Factorio in space with one drone. It's kind of weird. All right, so let's get this off of yellow. We want it on purple. We'll leave everything enabled in default for right now, and this is let's call it bear recording, if I could spell.
Our galaxy is doomed. Warning. Void consumption imminent. Initiating interstellar Stargate. Power levels 25%, 50%, 75%. Error. Buffer. Damage. Detected. Shutting down.
Well, that seems bad.
Jump gate. Buffer. Destroyed. Stargate. Inoperable. Drone control initiated. Welcome to Stargate Control Alpha, Station Commander. The Void is now only light minutes away from Terra Prime, and we're running out of time. We need to get that jump gate buffer back online now, so we can reinitiate the gate and escape to the Tau system before this system is destroyed.
Okay, so this is our prologue. If you didn't read
we just need to run a few tests
early
on your
access,
drone's
so
control routines. Follow the steps, and then we can get to work.
the voice will be changed apparently before they come out of early access. So, first thing we need to do is pick our mission, select our objective, which is we need to make Stargate parts. But before we do that, we have to go through all the basic bullcrap of this is how you move the camera. I hope nobody gets, motion sick while I'm doing this.
Now we need to clear the wreckage from around the damaged jump gate buffer before we can replace it. We recommend using your neutron laser to accomplish this.
And I run out of power. But it automatically refills. Apparently there's a solar panel up my butt somewhere. Not sure where.
We can now deconstruct the damaged buffer to clear space for the new buffer we'll need to produce.
Okay, so now we want to hit this cell. It's gone. Your update.
We need to get a new buffer up and running as soon as we can, but all our factories were dismantled to build the gate.
Well, that sounds problematic.
We'll need to get a small factory up and running to manufacture the Stargate parts we need. Start by collecting the items left in your hub.
Okay, this is our hub here. Control, that'll move everything over to me.
We'll need some basic materials before we can start building more complex parts.
Okay, now they want me to make a atomizer.
Construct an
So just throw
atomizer
here.
to let us turn collected asteroids into raw materials, and a smelter to turn these into usable. Now our atomizer is up and running. We can collect asteroids floating around our station and drop them into the opening to process them.
Okay, we're turning these off. There is pop-ups to tell you how to do shit, but with video, which is kind of nice, but we don't really need them. Alright, so now this, that, bring them over.
All
Drop 'em
factories
in.
need to have a recipe selected in order to function. Choose the titanium recipe. Automate the movement of items and materials around your station by linking modules together. They will intelligently send required items to modules they are linked to. Link your atomizer if you have made a mistake linking modules together. You can unlink them by repeating the same link action. We recommend unlinking your smelter from your hub now. We're going to need some additional modules to create our mini factory. Please build the required modules so we can continue.
Okay, so 2 more smelters. We need glass fiber. That's this one. And the other one is for gold. That's for that one. And then we need to link each of these to those. You can see the atomizer gives us different things from the asteroids. And in case you didn't notice, these are like tubes that everything runs in, so there is no conveyor belts or things like that in this game. You just link them and they automatically go where they need to go. And now we need to build a storage, which we'll go ahead and put right here. And now they're going to have
all
us
of your new modules together as directed to form supply
link all
chains.
of these into there. So now everything will go into here. And then they want us to link this to the hub, which is weird because I don't know why we would do that.
Dangerously low. Build a solar panel and align it to the sun's direction to increase power levels.
Unless you're needing to send something in for an objective, you don't really need it in the hub. The hub doesn't have that much storage.
Before we continue,
It's
please
better
check
to
that
store
these
it in the
advanced
storage
functions
thing.
are working correctly, as they will come in very useful as your station expands further.
Okay, show the overview. This shows what is doing what here. Codex, which is this thing that shows raw materials, smelting. You can look at your tutorials. This is locations, which there isn't any, and all of that crap. The sensor view, which I haven't really... It basically shows where things are with arrows, and the arrows get bigger as they're closer. I've really never seen that much use for it personally. Then we have the map view. This is our little map we have for the prologue.
All modules have advanced settings, which give you more control over what they will process and store. Please test these functions now.
So we have a priority level. We have a custom label. So if we name this one titanium, smelter, and then it says titanium. Okay. I actually didn't mess with this before. copy setup, paste setup, so that's really nice. So if we wanted to set up multiple of these, we could just copy it over. Does that copy its linking? Because again, not something I've actually messed with. And yeah, so if we come in here and we hit this and we hit copy, and we come over here and we hit paste, I didn't do jack shit. Hold on. Copy this module's advanced. Oh, only its advanced settings. I didn't even do the label. Yeah, I think that's crap. Okay, and then, oh yeah, the item filtering. So this is the item filter. And this I also have not used because I have no idea what in the world it's supposed to actually do.
Completing objectives allows us to unlock new technology. To rebuild the damaged buffer unit, we'll need to construct complex Stargate parts using the materials our smelters have processed. We can use our drone's synthesizer function to produce these parts. This is accessed from the Synthesizer tab on your drone's inventory pop-up menu. If you run out of materials while synthesizing, don't forget to feed more asteroids into your atomizer. Now we've fabricated the required Stargate parts, we should place these in our hub in order to complete the current objective.
Okay, objective done.
Jump gate buffer online. Reinitializing Stargate. Destination Tau system locked. Void consumption commencing.
Quite convenient how quickly we got that done and that it's, you know, here and eating everything. Okay, so
Local
now
star constellations fixed and locked. Confirmed.
Are you about done?
We've arrived in the Tau system, Station Commander. Long-range scans reveal that this mysterious system contains all the raw resources we'll need to develop our intergalactic Arkship and escape this galaxy.
Are you done?
However, it appears that the Void's expansion is accelerating, and we may not have as long here as we hoped before it reaches us again. So we better get to work, Station Commander. Select an objective from the Objectives panel to...
Okay, I think she's finally done and gonna shut up. So basically, everything we just did was just training. We now start with nothing but our little hub here. But we have lots and lots of asteroids. And if we go into the map mode, we have a much bigger map now. And we can see all the little asteroids around. Some are gold, some are titanium. So we just need to go and collect basically all of these. But first we have our objectives. So we got 12 to do for whatever we're doing here. So first thing is basic production buildings, items and materials. So we need to get titanium, carbon, and gold. And this is the one reason to lock things to the hub, is because they have to be in the hub to go for the objective. So let's go ahead and put one of these on here. And by the way, you will notice that these are not needed for most things. And I'm actually going to put the atomizer off over here by itself. Because we can take our smelters here, and we can put them right off of each other. Oh, excuse me. And there's a transport system under the smelter, so they'll go right through themselves wherever they need to go. But I'm actually going to take this one for right now out, because I want to try to keep things a little bit more separated. Grab a couple of these, stick them in here. We're going to link this one to this one, this one to this one. So everything we put off this side is going to be for our titanium smelting. Everything we put off of this side we will have for carbon, I guess, since the next one we need to do. And then we'll put another one of these, which again we didn't need to do, because we can put this to the front of that, but we're going to put it here. Again, we're going to link that to there, and this will be for the gold. And I am going to want a storage box for storing our basic materials. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and we will link all of these up to it, so all of our basic resources will get stored up into this storage box. But for right now, everything has to go to the hub except for the gold, because that's where we need to send it out from. So we can do this and link it to the hub and have it start sending them there, or we could just not link it and move it manually. But we'll let it go ahead and be linked for the time being. Grab a few more things, drag them in there. So we're just a couple titanium off. We need one more titanium. There we go. So now we'll deselect that. We'll go ahead and complete that. And now we can go ahead and grab all this out of here. We're going to need that for building stuff anyways, so now we have our parts unlocked.
Can convert raw materials into more complex items, ready to be used in further production chains. Use the link function to automatically feed the output of your smelters into matter printers to speed up production. More objectives are available from the objectives.
Yeah, we know. So, objective. Now we have our factory. This will give us a station level upgrade to level 2. And this is just basic production.
Should be making sure our systems survived the journey here. So we'll need to run some tests on our robotic manufacturing facilities.
Are you about done? Just hush. We don't care. Okay, so there is one other raw material we haven't done yet. So let's go ahead and get that set up, and that'll be here. And that is our silica into glass fiber. So we'll have that go there. So now all of that will come in here, and this is all of our basic stuff here. So we're going to start building these off out this direction. Go ahead and grab these while we're here. And check on our power. Power is getting close. I have gold on me. So let's start building some solar panels, and I think we're going to do this And then we can put solar panels off either side, and as we build more, we can just do this and just continue our solar panel thing out the back. And now we've got to align them, which can get a little bit finicky. Also can get a little bit bright if you angle it in the wrong direction. I really don't like this angling thing because there. I also don't quite understand the need for them not auto-aligning. Alright, so we're getting a good amount of stuff in here, and as we expand, we can also use these, so then we can put more of our smelters up here, and then we'll just line them out. So all of our titanium will be here, all of our fiber optic, all of our gold, and all of our carbon. And if we have anything else come in, well, then we got to figure out where we're going to put that. And we can put, you know, smelters up off of that, which is why I put that up there. So now we need a matter printer, and we need to make hull plating, basic frames, composite, and fiber optic. So actually, we're gonna have those coming off of here. I'm just thinking we could put like titanium stuff this way. Why don't we do this? Why don't we put one of these in here? And then we can put this up here. So then we can have the hull plating down here. And then we can have the frames down here. And then we just need to link this to each one of those, and then that'll start making us the things it needs to make. And that is all of our titanium stuff. Then we have our one over here. This is going to be for our composite. There we go. And then we link this one to here. And then we need our fiber optic. And I'm actually thinking we're gonna put another one of these in just in case we end up with anything else we want to use that we want to make back here. And then we can leave a little gap between. That way we know that that's the stuff for that. These are going to be those. And then we needed this one. And then we link all of those up to here. So now all of that stuff will get made and come into here. And let's just grab that and we'll just dump it in here real quick. So right now we just need a couple more of the composites and a bit more fiber optic. Oops, wrong way. We need one more fiber optic. There we go. I got that done, so now just grab all of this back out of here.
Good job, Station Commander. All systems appear operating at 100% efficiency. We are now free to proceed with the next phase of our operations here. When you're ready, open the Objectives panel to continue expanding your station.
Okay, I think I got everything moved over now that I want moved. I'm only keeping the gold on me, which I don't need quite that much. There. I need that for making the solar eventually. Alright, so now artifact scanning. Oh, we gotta start up here. So now we need to make hull plating and basic frames, which we've already done, but that'll give us more advanced materials that we can make with a fabricator. So now we just need to come back here and dump this stuff in here. Again, we could link this back to the hub and it would just dump everything back there for us, but you don't want everything just going back there arbitrarily, because eventually we're going to need this stuff to do other things. So
you can now construct fabricators, which can take simple items and materials and combine them to produce more complex items and simple starship parts. When you're ready, open the Objectives panel to...
Yeah, we know. Open the objective panel. So now we have artifact scanning, which we're not going to be doing. Getting artifacts takes a little bit, so there's not a whole lot of reason to build the artifact scanner right now. But this is just to show you how to do these next advanced things. So we need nanoplating, we need fiber optics, and we need artificial diamonds. And if you hover over each one, it'll tell you that's in a matter printer, that's in a matter printer, and that's in a fabricator. So we already know the fiber optics, we already have those being made in here, and we already have how much of them we need, so we'll go ahead and grab those. Artificial diamonds is also made in a matter printer, so let's go ahead and grab one of those, and they are carbon based, so we want to put that over here because this is where we're doing the carbon. So we want to do our diamond here, which is going to take the carbon that also is needed for that. And I don't think we have any carbon right now, so we're going to have to go and get some more. So let's start by linking this to there, and then we want it to go into there. And let's look at our fabricators. So we can't afford that because we need some composite. Even though it's stored, it has to be in us to be able to do it in our little bot thing here. Now, what is that missing now? Oh, more plating. Alright, give me the plating. Production, fabricator. So now we'll put this here. And that is going to actually need something we are not making yet, which is that other molecular bonding, which is made in a smelter, and it is smelted out of silicon, the same thing, or silica, the same thing that this is made out of. So let's go ahead and do this, and then we can double this up on top of here. That way we can continue sending these out that way. So we do that, we link that to there, and then we link that to here. So now we can link this to here, and then the other thing was hull plating, which is going to be stored in here, so we'll link that into there, and then we'll go ahead and get us a box that we'll put out over here. Alright, so now we need to get some more resources in here. And I'm not really caring what resources they are. I'm just dumping in whatever asteroids I see. So there will probably be a lot more titanium than anything else at this point. I hate when it does that. Get in there. Alright, so our nanoplating has gotten started. Did we link this? No, we didn't. There we go. Alright. So we made any artificial diamonds yet? It looks like it's making our first one right now, which should be going into this box. There it is. So we need 5 of those, and we need 5 of these, and then we need 50, which we already have, of those. Alright, we got 2 of the diamonds done. We have the nanoplating done. So now we just need to wait for it to get 3 more of these artificial diamonds done. We can come in here and set the priority higher on this one. That way it gets carbon above this one here, since that's what we're currently worried about. Though I don't think we're going to be leaving it that way, because there's not a lot we need artificial diamonds for at the moment, I don't believe. Yep, that's 2 of them, or 2 more of them. We just need 1 last one, and we'll have this one done. There we go. And I did notice that the hull plating is getting used up quite often. So we're probably going to want to make another thing for making hull plating, since that's what we use for building. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this stuff back out of here.
The artifact analyzer is now available from the build menu. Feed any alien artifacts you may find into this unit to earn tech points, which can be spent on powerful upgrades and abilities. The objectives panel.
Yeah, we know the objectives panel. Alright. And next is our power storage, which will give us a battery, basically. We need to give it 5 more diamonds and 25 of that molecular bonding, which it doesn't look like we have much of that stored, but we can go ahead and grab half of it out of there. The other is our diamonds, which we need 1 more of. The one thing I haven't seen in this is a way to regulate, like in the matter printer here. It says set the maximum amount of resources this factory will take, and set the maximum amount of items this factory will store in its output before stopping production. Now, the only way that that is useful is if we don't store any in these little buffers. If we just tell it to fill up a machine and then we use the next machine off of it, which we may end up doing at some point when we have more large setups. But there's like not a way of telling like the storage box how many to store of a specific item, or there's no way of limiting what this one makes. So we got to be careful of sending everything to one. We're doing it this way now just because it's what we have available, but not going to want to do that for much longer. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this dumped, that dumped. That'll get that complete. And there's our energy storage module and our storage upgrade.
You have now unlocked the energy storage module. You can use energy storage to store excess energy produced by your station, ready to restore power levels. If you lose when you're ready, open the
So basically this is just a battery. There's our analyzer, which we don't currently need because we don't have any that need to be analyzed. So there's not a whole lot of use in making it, but we'll go ahead and get it done so we have it when we need it. Oh, we need more plating, which we don't currently have, so we need to get more plating machines made, but it looks like we're out of titanium because all of this titanium is not getting smelted. So we're going to go ahead and make another one of these. We'll link that to here, and we'll set this for titanium, have it get more of them done, and we got enough for one more, so we'll go ahead and put it here. I'll have that go up to that one, set it for titanium as well, and then we need to set both of these over to there. And we're gonna have lots of titanium smelters because there's lots of things that are gonna need those. Just about everything we need to build is going to take titanium. And as you can see, we've got tons of it just waiting to be smelted. So we just need to get it smelted up. We're going to go ahead and turn production off here because we do not need any more of the nanoplating for the moment. When we need more, we can turn that back on. And I think that's going to be a good place for us to end off for the day. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this and want to see more. I'm probably going to record at least 2 or 3 more episodes before you guys see this one. So let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, show some love. You know, all the YouTube-y things. And I'll see you guys next time.